And my name is Dylan Black. You know, this land is your land. Rogers Hometown Hockey is about to embark on its 6th Canada-wide tour. Joining us right now are its hosts, Ron MacLean and Tara Slone. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, we're super good. It's an exciting day for us.
That's awesome. Let's go back 6 years, Ron. I mean, why was this event created initially?
Well, it was Scott Moore, and I'm sure Keith Pelly, a few of the brain trust at Rogers Sportsnet at the time, were hoping to parlay the success of Hockey Day in Canada, which is an annual show that Hockey Night does, 13-hour grassroots celebration, and it was really kid-centric. And they saw the appeal of that, and certainly they created it. Tara and I have discussed endlessly. She did an interview at the Memorial Cup last year with Sean Dursey of the Guelph Storm, and in the interview, she was saying, you know, Sean, you weren't drafted immediately. You've really come from a long way to be the success that you are. And he said, well, Tara, I just wanted to prove the people who believed in me right. He did a twist on, you know, proving people wrong, which was positive. And I think what we both feel is we're grateful 6 years running that this idea that someone had has found its groove a little bit, and it's just such a beautiful celebration.
Now, Tara, this is pretty grueling because it's 25 stops crisscrossing the country. I read it's like 25,000 kilometers or something. I mean, are you up for this task every year?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Ron and I, we both ask ourselves that question, and resoundingly the answer is yes, because we are given a lot of energy. You know, it's a really reciprocal situation. We roll into these communities, and luckily for us, people are happy to see us, and not just that, they offer their stories and their hearts to us. So, you know, if that doesn't give you energy, I don't think you're human. So it really has been a privilege to do this, and when we start to flag, we are lifted up by this country.
Okay, now, Ron, the first stop, the weekend of October 5th, you're in Halton Hills, Ontario, and it is a free festival. So what do families, everybody get to look forward to when you come to town?
It's 2 days, so we usually open the gates at noon both days, Saturday, Sunday. There's live music. There's all kinds of tense, interactive activities for children and older children. It really is a festival. So we encourage everybody to come and visit. We make the National Hockey League a first-hand experience. Normally, we live vicariously through the TV. If you're lucky, you live in Ottawa, you can go and see a live game, but not everybody in Canada does. So we bring NHL alumni. Tara will do a hot stove with them and give tips and ideas about their careers on the Saturday, and then we kind of rejig that for the broadcast on the Sunday night, which this year is Chicago-Winnipeg when we're in Ottawa, and that's, for me, Jonathan Toews, three-time captain of the Chicago Blackhawks and the Stanley Cup winner. You know, he epitomizes, I think, one of the secrets of those who succeed, and that is he went out of his comfort zone to attack Chris Pronger, to attack Zdeno Chara, to go where it was uncomfortable, and we'll learn those kinds of things all through our 25 stops.
Okay, and Tara, tell us about some of the stories that you have learned, because it's all about sharing stories, and some of the big stories that come to mind through the past 5 years.
Oh my gosh, well, I mean, there are so many. I think, and Ron, I think, would agree with me, one of the biggest general stories that's emerged from us traveling this country is that of Canada's First Nations and the attention that we need to pay to acknowledging the First Nations here. And we had the good fortune last year of being hosted by Enoch Cree Nation just outside of Edmonton. And so, you know, those are the stories that we want to be able to express and that we also listen to, because I think all of us could use a little bit of education.
Rod, do you ever, are you completely used to having a live crowd behind you cheering and screaming and yelling? Because I was at Algonquin College when you were here this past winter, and it gets pretty loud back there.
What a stop that was for us. So Jim Kite is one of my favorite shows that we've done. Obviously Algonquin, that interview, and we did it in sign language. Again, to Tara's point, you know, we've learned, we do the land acknowledgements. We've tried so hard to get ourselves literate in what our Indigenous culture and history means to us. We are inclusive in terms of the first Women's World Championships was held in Ottawa, right? So we'll be there for, you know, it's the birthplace of the Stanley Cup, but it's also a real land special place in terms of the women's game. And yeah, Jim Kite and Algonquin College was just, for me, a favorite example of what the show can be. And that is, if he can do it, I can do it.
Okay, February 9th, you're going to be dropping by Ottawa again. We look forward to that. Tara, what are some of the things you look forward to while you're here in Ottawa?
Well, I'm excited to see Jim Watson again, because he's had a pretty big year. We had a chance to meet him when we were in Ottawa before, and then Nepean. So I've never done Winterlude, so you know, I'm excited. Ron's going to be coming right from Yellowknife, Hockey Day in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
so that's going to be quite a Canadian whirlwind from him. But there's going to be a new government, and
Yeah.
who knows what to expect in Ottawa
All
in
right, but
February. So
about
it's gonna
30
be fun.
seconds left here, Ron, and I just want to ask, I mean, what's the best part of all this to you?
You know, relationships. I define success by good relationships, and we and our hockey community get to share. That's totally what it's about for me. So when we're on the Rideau Canal having a beaver tail, it'll be with like-minded rink rats. Can't wait.
That's amazing. Okay, it all gets underway, as I mentioned, the first weekend of October, correct? October 5th.
You got it.
October 5th, 6th, yeah.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Ron MacLean, Tara Slone. And more details, of course, you can check out the website for the upcoming Rogers Hometown Hockey Tour. More daytime coming up in moments right here on Rogers TV.